How y'all doing today?
Good.
Doing great.
Doing great, man.
Kamari, what are your thoughts about all the attention that Drake's getting? And it's kind of interesting that 4 months ago, a lot of people didn't know who he was, and now he's being talked about nationally every day. What's that like from your perspective?
Honestly, man, it's awesome, man. He deserves all the attention, that he's been getting. Honestly, I don't think he gets enough attention. We never, and I heard y'all talking about Heisman with him earlier. I don't think he gets like enough attention, in my personal opinion. And obviously, I'm gonna be biased, but I mean, he's the best in the business. He's the best at what he's doing. I think numbers prove it. Just who he is, like, kind of speaks for himself. Like, Drake don't really have to talk. His film talks for himself.
But he doesn't, the perspective I think that we all have of him is that he doesn't really think much about that. Like he just said, he stays pretty tunnel vision. He's got the task at hand next game. Is that kind of the way he is away from us and it's just you guys?
No, that's exactly how he is. I mean, that's just who he is as a person. I mean, he still prepares the same way. He prepared, before the season started. During the games, he still acts the same way he acted, week one. I think like one of the coolest things for me is like during the games, like on the bench, like, I generally sit like right next to him whenever like we're making like adjustments and stuff like that. So I hear the conversation that he kind of has with Coach Longo. I sit right there. So it's definitely cool to be a part of. And nothing's changed since week one. I mean, he was a guy week one. He's a guy now. And I think everybody in this building knew, that he was a guy. And I think, the whole world is just starting to see it now. But sky's the limit for him. I mean, this is honestly just the beginning. We've not even completed his first season, and I promise you, he's got a lot more in the tank. Like this is just the beginning. Just watch.
Was there a point in August or in the spring where you thought maybe something like this was coming, or is this kind of exceeding even your expectations for Drake?
To be honest with you, man, I didn't know who the quarterback was going to be. I mean, we had a whole position battle. So, I mean, Jacoby is still a great, phenomenal quarterback and a great talent. So just to be completely honest with you, I didn't know who was going to start. It literally came down to the wire. I knew whoever stepped in as the starter was going to be successful because they earned the spot and, they won the team. And obviously Drake won the spot, he won the team, and you see how successful he is. But, I mean, I honestly believe that if it were the other way around and it was Jacoby, we would be talking about Jacoby the same way right now. I didn't think it really mattered who stepped in. I think they're both great guys, great players, both on and off the field. So, this doesn't surprise me at all. Both of them are dudes.
So Drake's got your vote then, Kamari. If you got a Heisman vote, you're casting for him.
Oh, yeah. Ain't nobody else. I don't care who they take. It's in New York, right?
Yeah.
I don't care who's in New York. Him. Drake Maye. That's the only vote that matters in my personal opinion.
You bring up an interesting point when it comes to Jacoby, saying that if the tables were turned, he'd be in the same position that Drake is in right now. I mean, how has he been as a teammate, not just for Drake, but for all of you, like just watching Drake succeed, knowing that could have been him?
Yeah.
How's he been?
He's definitely been he's been a great sport about it, man. Like, Jacoby still shows up and prepares the same way he prepared when he competed with Drake. Because let's think, God forbid, if something happens, he's next man up, man. And at the end of the day, individual awards is great. When guys get individual awards, it makes our team look great. But at the end of the day, man, we got to go out there and win games. It don't matter who's back there at quarterback. It don't matter who's at tight end. We got to go win games. So I think he prepares, the same way he used to prepare. I don't think nothing's changed about him. He's still the same dude, comes in, goes to work, and he makes Drake better. They make each other better. I think that's one of my biggest privileges, being able to be around them and see how they interact with each other. They just make themselves better and the whole entire team better.
Max said yesterday that the Heisman is actually a team award. It's an individual award, but he considers it a team award because you have to win games and you have to be prolific. How much pride do you take in the fact that all you guys are a part of this? Because if you're not getting open for Drake to throw you the ball, then he's not racking up the numbers.
Well, Coach Brown is correct. This is a team award. Let's be honest, the tight end's not going to win Heisman. So, with him winning Heisman, so he's going to feel like I won Heisman. I was a part of that. Everybody in this team, everybody in this building is a part of that. So if he goes and win it, it definitely is a team award. And, it's going to come back to, dang, I can look and be like, oh, I helped him get there. Everybody in this building is going to be able to say, I helped him get there. The more wins you have, that's better for your resume. Heisman is definitely an award where you have to win. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a good player if you're on a losing team, because if you're that great and your team is bad, I mean, what does that say about you? You're not really a game changer. And Drake has been a game changer all year. So, yeah.
Kamari, what would it mean to your next win get you to 10 wins? And that's kind of a nice round number for a football team in the season. Like the disappointment of last year and the way this year is just taken off. Like, what would it mean to get to 10 wins in this season for you guys?
Same way it felt to get to 1 win, 2 win, 3. You know, coming into the season, you know, my goal was to make it to the conference championship, and you know we've done that. But I mean, this is just the beginning. We have an opportunity to win 11 games in the regular season, and then go on and have the opportunity to win a conference championship. And who knows, something crazy happen, we're in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really looking at, oh, this is win number 10, this is win number 11. That's cool. Granted, like, you know, we're 6-0 on the road, and we didn't win that 1 road game last year. So I definitely, you know, look at the wins, but it's like, I don't want to say, oh, 10 wins, good. Nah, I want to keep going.
You don't want to cap it.
Yeah, no, there's no limit to what this team can achieve, man. And I hear people saying, oh, like, I wish we can get that Notre Dame game back. I don't. It happened the way it was supposed to, you know. It humbled us. And honestly, I truly believe that us losing that game is the reason why we haven't lost again. And we needed that.
I'm curious, has Matt mentioned to you guys at all on not capping attendance, not capping with the ACC championship, and you know maybe a crazy scenario? Has Matt talked about that with you guys?
As a matter of fact, he did. After we won this past game, he was like, you know, y'all had 9 wins, and you know you can easily be like, oh, we have 9 wins. That's a great season. We're done. We're good. Like, everything's sweet around here. You know, 9 wins, and last year we only had 6. But yeah, he's definitely made it a point of emphasis, man. Let's keep going. Let's win as many games as we possibly can. Like, this is a phenomenal team that has a lot more in the tank.
What do you feel like changed after the Notre Dame game? Get your point that is kind of the turning point.
Honestly, you know, we were in all those close games, and we just somehow, some way found a way to win. And that was an instance where we didn't. And everybody had to go and, you know, look in the mirror, you know, what could I have done better? What was I responsible for, you know, that made things go wrong? Whether you played offense, defense, or special teams, you know. I don't like how people just look at our defense and say, oh, it's the defense's fault, it's the defense's fault. No, because as an offensive guy, it's our job to go +1. So if the defense gives up 100 points, we better score 101 plus, you know what I'm saying? And if we don't, that's our fault. That's just personally how I feel, you know. It's not just on the defense, it's our responsibility as well. And I think everybody, you know, looked in the mirror and things have changed.
What has Josh decided he's just going to be unstoppable? Like, I mean, what have you seen from him, and like, how has he taken it to this level? Because it seems like he's hit it seems like he's cracked the ceiling on another level.
So why do you say that? I see the same thing in Josh now that I saw the first day he stepped on campus. I'll never forget it. We were in an indoor facility, and I saw him run 1 route. I called my dad that day. I said, that boy's different.
What'd you say?
I called my dad that day. I said, that boy's different. And we were just doing routes on there. But I had never seen nothing like it in my life. And granted, we had great receivers. We had De'Ami, we had Daz, we had all them guys. I even told Sam, I said, hey, don't tell him I said it, but he better than all of them right now. And Sam agreed. And so it's like, this is no surprise. Like, he's him. Simply put it, like, he's him. He works so hard. He's the hardest worker, like one of the hardest workers in this building. Like, he is so determined to this game. And I love talking to him about football. Like, he's so determined. I remember he was telling me, like, he just works so hard because he's like, people look at him, you know, as being small. And I kind of related to that being a smaller tight end. So, like, meant something. Like, when we were talking about that a while ago, he probably didn't remember. But yeah, nah, he's him. He's the best receiver in the game.
Was that spring of 2020? Do you remember?
Yeah, this was spring of 2020, right before COVID hit. Yeah. So we weren't in spring ball or nothing like that. We were just literally just in the indoor facility getting better, and I saw one route, and I knew, yeah, that guy's different.
What about that route? I mean, what stood out in your mind? What made it pop in your mind to where you were like, this is different?
Well, first of all, it's just his get off. Like, he's so quick. Like, I don't want to get into like science of it, like it's just his quick twitch muscles. Like, he gotta have like the best in the country. Like, he's just so doggone quick and like damn, like Sam, just clap. How is he 5 yards down the field already? So it was like when I saw the get out, and then I saw like how smooth like he came out his breaks and then everything. Every time Josh catch the ball, it's always hands, just bam, bam, bam. I'm like, he's something special. I tell you, I called my dad the same day. I said, hey, we got us one.
What'd your dad say?
He was like, oh, we gonna see. My dad, he real blunt. Like, oh, we gonna see if it translates to the field, and we gonna see how it is when he actually got to run against real people. And he didn't really get that chance in 2020 until the bowl game. And people, oh, he came out of nowhere. No, he didn't. He been doing that. I promise you.
Did your dad ever come back to you and say, hey, remember when you called me about Josh Downs?
I've definitely reminded him many a times.
I told you so.
Yeah.
You guys good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Great stuff, Mark. This is very fantastic.